What's happening, folks? Back with another reaction, back with some more Big Country, and we're returning to No Place Like Home, 1991. Thank you once again to Mr. Solo, to Tim, and to Wayne, all of whom have shared Big Country along the way in this journey, as well as everyone else who's commenting. And the next track is Dynamite Lady. I feel like this is likely to be a specific reference, but it's not a phrase I've heard used about someone particularly. So in that regard, if there is a very narrow label here being applied, I am not familiar with it in advance. Maybe it'll be evident in the lyrics themselves, but yes, ultimately, on the surface of it, it sounds like a lady that has explosive characteristics, or perhaps destructive characteristics, something which can blow up or destroy materials or a given situation or a dynamic. So yeah, it sounds very volatile to say the least. I'll see what I can catch on a first listen. This is Big Country. The track is Dynamite Lady, and it's from the 1991 album No Place Like Home.
You're waiting for me at the fairground tonight. I'll never be back and I'll never be missed, but I leave something here and that doesn't seem like it. All of the time I just travel and travel. Am I running away or am I running home? There's a man in the family somewhere in the suburbs. Forget his name and I can't find the town.
bluesy tune, and I'll start sonically because that I feel more confident about, which is to say the lyrics, I caught snippets and I think I'm understanding the chorus in terms of the actual words, though I don't know how to take it all. But yeah, sonically it has this epic quality. It also has a very psychedelic quality. Some of the sounds and the echoes, it feels very much like in a dimension where, you know, sound waves function a little bit differently than they do in the normal world. And definitely there's a sense of scope, but with a bit of distortion or twist to it. Also, there's a bit of a bluesy sound, certainly when the guitar really kicks into gear, I think roughly halfway through, or maybe like as we move into the second half of the tune. And I do enjoy Stewart's vocals, which, you know, again, are different than the vocals in the earliest stuff, but maybe closer to that than some of the stuff on Peace in Our Time, at least as it hits my brain on this first listen. And yeah, I do enjoy the like epic and psychedelic atmosphere of the tune. Lyrically, it sounds a bit like a tale in terms of like having, you know, a chronological story that's being told. And at first it's like, okay, so he's saying like he's meeting someone and he's going to leave, but he's not going to be missed. And then he's talking about this Dynamite Lady, and I think the line is like boom in the world of the Dynamite Lady or something like that. So it sounds like she does have destructive power. And of course, you know, early 90s, I guess the Cold War is petering out, but I feel like it still could be about, you know, mutually assured destruction and, you know, someone who's ready to burn it all down, you know, through saber rattling or, you know, politicking or whatever. But I feel like maybe there's some more narrow and or different meaning here. And the idea like she's finding everything she can, like I don't know if I'm remembering that line correctly, but it sounded like it wasn't just about destruction. It was about piecing things together or picking up what can be used, which of course, you know, there could be a critical angle in that too. But yeah, I don't quite know who the Dynamite Lady is, and I don't know if it is as destructive in her world as it seems to be saying. But yes, ultimately I will lean on you folks for any lyrical insights on this one. But it sounds like it's not just about the Dynamite Lady. It sounds like it is about the narrator too, which makes me think it could be a more narrow or like a created narrative that's not necessarily about geopolitics. But given the content of the previous album and even the opening couple tracks on this album, I'm inclined to hear it as making a point about, you know, the world of the late 80s and early 90s, the world of the Cold War, the world of geopolitics. So maybe I'm wrong about that, but I do look forward to hearing what people have to say. But yes, I absolutely enjoy the atmosphere of this one, as well as, again, its slightly off-kilter or psychedelic character, and that's not a phrase or a term that I've used all that often in regard to their music, so it does seem like this might be exploring new avenues of sound, even if, again, the previous album wasn't like the earliest stuff either. So yeah, definitely some sonic diversity in their larger catalog. Anyway, I enjoyed this one. Curious to hear what people have to say about it. Let me know, and I'll see you for the next one. Peace.